Okay, so what I have here is, it was question number 3 with the f of u and the g of u. So that problem here I've got at least on one person's. I don't know if everybody had the exact same problem, but I do think this one looks like the problem I did with somebody else. We have something that looks like this. And it says to write the trig function in terms of just sine and cosine. So conveniently, one of those is already taken care of. What we're going to do is we're going to write everything else in terms of sine and cosine. And luckily, all 6 trig functions can be written in either sine, cosine, or some combination of them. So secant, we talked about last time, is the same thing as 1 over cosine. And tangent is the same thing as sine over cosine. So your first step is just going to be to change them all so that all we see on the screen or on the paper, as the case may be, is just sines and cosines. And then from here, you just kind of go step by step in what makes sense. I see on the top here, it looks like it's going to simplify. Cosine times 1 over cosine. Those, you see a cosine on top and a cosine on bottom, that's going to cancel. And of course, when it cancels, it doesn't go away. It becomes 1. And we never like to have a fraction inside a fraction. So this is where you got to think about my little sister. I'm the first one. I get left alone. Now, granted, all you can see right now is my face. You do need to give me some legs. And my little sister, the second one, gets flipped upside down. And then with fractions, you multiply straight across. And believe you me, in both your math classes and your science classes, you want to be practicing especially with fractions, more or less from here on out, because they're going to be what are going to pop up the most in ways you're not expecting. All right, so now we have a ordinary looking fraction. Now normally I would change this to a cotangent, but because the problem asked us to leave it in terms of sine and cosine, I'm not here. Instead, we know that this is going to equal the f of u over the g of u. And so you just assign the top thing is the f, the bottom thing is the g. Does that make sense? And you guys could see that all okay?